Hello guys, welcome to this video. I'm looking at the WAEC Computer Studies Practicals, which is the paper 3, okay, of the WASSCE 2023. All right. So for this video, I'll look at the word, which is the first question aspect of the paper. All right. So let's begin. So number one, as an employee of an IT company, it is your responsibility to see the administrative matters of the company. Use figure 1 to draft an agreement form that will be signed by every trainee in a company. So of course, the figure 1 is this form that we have here. Okay, so let's go ahead. Use a suitable application to prepare an agreement form and a company name of your choice. Okay, so we're going to use that to suitable application to prepare an agreement form. Okay, so note the heading. The heading font is Bookman Old Style and the size is 15. The agreement form should include A. Agreement between the company and a trainee as shown in figure 1 with the heading agreement form. So B. Terms of agreement such as obeying rules and regulations, punctuality to work, taking responsibility, being good ambassador. Note must be in bullet. Okay, so of course all this must be in bullet. So if you look at the form, the sample form that they gave us here, you find out that this already reflects the rules and responsibility and punctuality and all that. So everything is in the form. So before we go ahead, let's first of all recreate the form we have here, and then we'll go ahead to answer the application questions. So let me just open my Word. Okay. So let me see. Let me just let me bring this down a little bit. Let me reshape it a bit so that I'll be able to recreate this form. Let me just can I increase this? Can I? Yeah, of course, I should be able to. What's good? Okay, it's already increased actually. Okay, so I want to keep things like this so I'll be able to actually recreate the form. Okay, so let me start with this. I may have to fast forward a bit. Partners web. Okay, so at least this part is done. So the next thing I want to do, the director here, for me to create the space here for director's signature, I guess. I will use a line, the line. So let me just use insert shape. Let me use line. I wanted to. I can't really use what's it called? Let me hold down my shift key. Then I'll draw this like this. I will use what's it called? Text box. Okay, let me use it here. This one here, and then right inside director. So I think this is better. You will better control it if you use this. Okay. So of course it's Times New Roman. I will still make the whole of the text Times New Roman actually. So and it's bold. So I'm gonna just use it like this. Of course, adjust the text box, and then of course the line too. I'll adjust the line. Let me increase the line. Let me just shape font and outline. I'll make it black, of course. Then of course increase the thickness a bit. Let me just get it to 1 point. Is that 1 point? No. Okay, let me make it 1.5, something like that. Then of course the what's it called? The text box. I need to remove the shape outline. So I'm going to go to shape outline. Of course, you have to click on the shape format first of all, and then remove that shape outline by saying no outline. And then in fact, let me also remove the shape fill, so it will just be ordinary text. So it will be able to control it to this point, right? Good. I think that's that. So let's move over to the next part, which is the guarantors, whatever. So let me just start with that. So I may have to fast forward again. Okay, so we've got here again. So what I'm going to do to be able to create a space, I'm going to just press enter just to create more space down here. What I'm going to do here is to create space for this trainee signature here. I'm just going to go up and copy the director's element or object that I created. So I'm going to just copy this, select it, and then put down my control key, and then select this other one, which are the lines. So I'm gonna copy it, come down here, I'm gonna paste it, and then of course making sure that two of them are selected, I'll move them to the right and then place them on top, something like that. I think they're good here. So I'll change it that director to trainee. Okay, so it will be consistent, right? So I think so let me just do the last one here. So I'll fast forward a bit again. Right. Okay, I think everything is done here, right? So let me just maximize this, and then of course question 2, let me just make it larger. So let's now go through uh, the other questions. But before I do that, let me just first of all make sure that my form is looking exactly like what I have here, at least to some extent. So you find out that these capital letters here, they are all in bold, right? So what I'm going to do, let me look for all the capital letters and then make them bold first of all. So excuse me. So this has to be bold, and then of course between here, the word between here has to be bold, and then which other one? The director here. But let me select even the quotation bold, and then now it is hereby. So I'm gonna bold is apprentice bold, and here bold. What else? I guess in witness here should be bold. Um, sign. I think everything here actually is bold. Let me just make them bold. No, I don't think so. So let me just make only this one bold. I think that's how it looks. Let me see. Let me see. Hmm. Okay, so I think fair enough. Okay, so of course the all this signage over here, they are all in bold. So I'm going to actually select everything. Let me select this and then make them bold, and then of course here to occupation, make it bold too. So that's it, right? Now, the next thing I want to do, I think the font for this is actually Times New Roman. The font for by me looking at the form, it is Times New Roman. So I'm going to make everything Times New Roman, by the way. So select all, Control A, and then of course going to your font group, making everything Times New Roman. Yep. Okay. Now, I actually want everything to contain within one page, right? As the form is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to increase the margin. Okay, yeah, you may have to increase the margin, make it narrow as a matter of fact, so that everything will contain in one page. That's the wisest thing to do at this point. So as you do that, you find out that your passage, the document might expand a bit, which is okay. So let me just select this. How do I select both of these? Okay, good stuff. So I'm holding down Control key as I click them. That's how I selected them. So I'm going to shift it to the right a bit. All these objects, I'm going to shift them to the right a bit. So, okay, so let me align this one to the margin. Let me align exactly to the margin. It's going to tell me, yeah. So I think it's cool now. So we can adjust the rests as we move. Okay, so let's see. Also, this, the what's it called? This part is actually in um, bullets. So we're going to make it bullets. Let me just select that and then go to home, and then of course bullet. The bullet, this is the type of bullet they used, right? So I'm going to just use that. Okay, so far so good. We've tried to make it to look like what we have. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing in the drafts. Okay, so at least we've tried to make it to look like what we have in the form here. All right, so let's now go ahead to read the application. Okay, so use suitable application to prepare. So let me just get this. Let me increase this. Okay, so I'll be able to know what I've done. Okay, so to use a suitable application to prepare an agreement form, okay, which we just did now. So we just prepare the agreement form right now. Okay, so note the heading font is Bookman old style and size is 15. So what we're going to do is the heading here is actually Bookman. So Bookman, is it Bookman old font? Oh, let me just okay, Bookman old style. Okay, so I'm gonna click, I'm gonna like enter, sorry, to apply. So I think it is applied, and then of course the font size is 15. I don't think I have 15 here, right? So you want to actually write 15 right there inside there and then enter. So I think that is done. Obviously we need to center align it to look like what we have in the passage, right? Of course it's center aligned right there. Okay, so so we've done this. So the agreement form should include, so let's see, agreement between the company and trainee as shown in figure 1, which we did with the heading agreement form. So the A, that's done, we did that, right? So B, terms of agreement such as obeying rules and regulations, punctuality to work, taking a, okay, so we did this. So notes must be in bullets, uh bullets, right? And then we also did that. So it's actually in bullet, which is here, right? We did that. Okay, so let's go ahead. So C, provide a space for the director to sign on the next paragraph towards the right margin as shown in figure 1. We did that. Okay, so we've already created a space for the director to sign, which we did. It's already in the form. So D, on the next paragraph, create a portion for guarantor's signature in block form. Okay, this block form is a keyword actually. Block form in the following order. Okay, so this is where we're going to make a little bit of alteration. Okay, so we're going to create a space, like a paragraph, to create portion for guarantor's signature in the in block form in the following order. Okay, so let's see the order. So the order is 1, guarantor's signature and date. So this is the space, this is the guarantor's side here. So instead of having guarantor slash witness sign, we want to have let me see again, we want to have a guarantor's signature and date, right? So I'm going to remove this and then change it to guarantor's are you actually applying, hello, guarantor's signature and date. Let me be sure of what I'm typing, and date, right? Okay, so that is done. So let me just put the color right there. Okay, what's the next thing? Let me see the address. Let me just look at the passage again. Sorry, the first address. So I think the address has about 2 lines. Okay, so let me add 2 lines to the address here. So let me cut it here as a matter of fact. Add 2 lines here, second line. Okay, so it has to be in block letter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make everything to be in block form, as in like align pretty well. So let me just make them to be together like that. Oof, God, no. Yeah, so that is it. I think at least it's off now. Some block letter somewhat at some level. Yeah, fair enough. So I have this. Let me just get this guy to rhyme with the rest. So this is the block form they're talking about, right? Good. So they didn't say block letters, so it's block form. So this is how it's supposed to look like. All right. So let's go ahead. So grantor signature done. So name. So we have our name there. We have address, and then of course occupation right here. So I think we're cool, right? So we leave it like that. Leave everything like that. So E. So let me just first of all select. Okay, I think I've done all this. Select them. So E, provide a space for the trainee to sign on the next paragraph towards the right margin as shown in figure 1. Okay, so we've done that. So the trainee will sign right here. So we've done that. So the next thing. So let me just select that too. Done. So F, create a portion in the next paragraph for a witness's signature for a witness signature in block form, of course, in the following order. Okay, so witness's signature and date. Okay, so here instead of writing guarantor, so I will write as witnesses signature and date. So I'll write it right like that. Okay, what's next? So I have a name, which is the address, the occupation there, right? So let's just try as much as possible to make it in block form to align with the rest of the sections. Okay, so let me just have one more. Reduce this guy. No, one more. Yep. Okay, so at least it's close to what we want. Okay, good. Let me just remove one. Okay, I think it's fair enough. So the address has 2 lines, which is what's in the form. Okay, what's next? Let me see. So create a portion. Okay, I think so. This done. So the G part, insert a watermark showing your index number. Okay, so what we're going to do here is to also insert a watermark. So I want to go to design and then go to watermark right here. I want to do custom and then make sure it's on text. So the text will be my what's that thing they said? I think index number. Yeah, index number, which is your original number, I guess. So my index number will be, so by default, NG 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's what I decide. So you can change the color here, but I think I like the faint color, the faint color, and then the Calibri. I will leave it the font and Calibri because they never indicated. So I'm going to just apply that and then close, right? So you have your watermark here. Okay. I think there's a question I missed. There's a question I missed somewhere. Let me see, because they say that we should use a company of our choice. Wait, because I can remember I read something like that. So as an employee of in your see administrative matters of, and then a draft agreement form that will ask. Okay. So application form, prepare an agreement with company of your choice. Okay. I think I missed that. Use a suitable application to prepare an agreement form with a company name of your choice. So that line is very, very important. I remember I read something like that. I said I was going to do something about it. So we're going to have company of our choice. We're going to add something. So I'm going to just go up here and click enter, and then have a company of my choice. Let me just have a Fuzzy Enterprise. Enterprise. I hope I got this spelling right. So I'm going to make it. They didn't tell us any formatting of our company's name, so I'm going to just have it like this. So this form will reflect my company name, which is this. So I'm just going to leave the company name like this, right? So that's quite important. So we need to add company of our choice. Sorry, I almost missed that. Okay. So what's the next? Okay, so let me just go down to where we're. Okay, so I think I've added the watermark. So this done, which is G. So H, Save your work with your index number in the folder created on the desktop. Very, very important. So whenever you start your work, always create a folder, which I didn't do from the beginning, but it's always good to create a folder, um, on the desktop. Call that folder your name. So I'm going to just do that as I'm saving the work, right? So I'm going to save it with my indexed number. So I'll just go to File, I'll go to Save, then browse to the desktop. So from the desktop right now, I'm just going to create a folder. I'll call that folder my name. My name is Kichku Anolefo. All right, and then I'm going to open it and then save my work as NG12345, which is taken as my index number, right? So I'm going to just save it inside that folder. Okay, so if I get to my desktop now, if I go to my desktop, the folder is here, and then my work is inside it. Okay, so it's easy for you to submit or maybe print. Okay, all right. So save your work with your index number in the folder created. That done, and then of course print your work and submit to the supervisor, right? Okay, so now before you print, okay, so let's first of all look at how the work will look like when we're printing. So I'll go to print preview. So print, so everything's going to look this way, which is not really bad. Okay, so but one thing that I will advise every time is to always have your name and your registration number on every printout, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a footer, right? Because so otherwise, I mean, like for this now, our margins are narrow, so I think where we have space now is at the footer, right? So I'm going to go to insert and then go to footer. So I want to add a footer. So let me just have my name Kichkwanole for, right? And then I just pressed what's it called, tab to go to the middle, and then I'll have my index number 12345 NG12345 which is my index number, and I'm going to close the footer. And then by the time you go to your print preview, you're going to see that for when you print out, your information will be on the printout. I think it's wise to do that, even though you have your index number as the what's it called, as a watermark, but you never know whether maybe the examiner will be able to read it, or something like that. So I think it's important for every printout. I always preach that every printout have your name and your index number somewhere at the footer or the header of your work. Okay, so I think that's about it. So if you have any question or any addition or anything you think I missed, or something you want to chip in, please leave a comment down below. Okay, don't forget to share this video so that, or like the video also, so that more people that are interested in this video will be able to see it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.